In this session, we'll be discussing about neural mechanism in sleep, and then finally we'll conclude with different types of sleep disorders. Neurochemical mechanism promoting sleep and arousal. Different brain regions involved in regulating states of consciousness. These different regions are: the first one is suprachiasmatic nucleus, that is present in the hypothalamus, monoaminergic reticular activating system nuclei in the brainstem, orexin secreting neurons in the hypothalamus, acetylcholine secreting neurons in the brainstem, and sleep centers, that is GABAergic neurons present in the hypothalamus. Circadian rhythm. Sleep-wake cycle is the most important circadian rhythm with a periodicity of approximately 24 hours. Sleep is for 8 hours, the variation is from 4 to 10 hours, and wakefulness is for 16 hours with the state of consciousness. Circadian rhythm is controlled by suprachiasmatic nucleus of hypothalamus. Suprachiasmatic nucleus gets the direct projection from optic nerve and controls the circadian rhythm. This suprachiasmatic nucleus activates orexin cells in the hypothalamus in the morning and is responsible for the awake, while it also triggers the secretion of melatonin from the pineal gland during night, and it is responsible for the sleep. Pineal gland. Sympathetic nerve activity to pineal gland is entering to light and dark cycle in the environment. Suprachiasmatic nucleus is stimulated by retinohypothalamic tract, and from suprachiasmatic nucleus it sends the descending fibers to superior cervical ganglion, which is the origin for sympathetic postganglionic fiber to the pineal gland. Norepinephrine acts via adrenergic receptor, thereby increases cyclic AMP, and this increase in cyclic AMP will lead to the marked increase in acetyl transferase activity. This results increase in melatonin synthesis and secretion. Melatonin synthesis and secretion are increased during dark period and maintained at a low level during daylight hours. Although melatonin has been used as natural substance for treating insomnia and jet lag, it has not been demonstrated unequivocally to be effective as a sleeping pill. It has, however, been shown to induce a decrease in body temperature, which is a key event in falling asleep. Monoaminergic and cholinergic neurons governing non-REM and REM sleep lie in brain stem. Nucleus of Raphe releases serotonin, local ceruleus releases norepinephrine, and gigantocellular neurons of reticular formation releases acetylcholine. Serotonin and norepinephrine increases wakefulness, while cholinergic mechanism selectively promotes rapid eye movement sleep. Sleep center in hypothalamus. It was conducted in cat. Electrical stimulation of posterior hypothalamus, which is tuberomammillary neurons, actually leads to arousal, and the neurotransmitter involved is histamine, while other side electrical stimulation of anterior hypothalamus, which is preoptic neurons, this induces sleep. The neurotransmitter involved in this case is GABA. Benzodiazepines have sleep inducing effects as they are GABA agonists, while use of antihistamines leads to drowsiness in many people. Recently discovered neuropeptides called orexin, also known as hypocretins, play an important role in maintaining awake state. Hypocretins, this is made in hypothalamus, which is very similar to the hormone secretin. Loss of orexin secreting neurons that occur with age may explain why older people sometimes have difficulty sleeping. Sleep wakefulness involves alternating reciprocal activity of different groups of reticular activating system neurons in the brain stem. When activity of norepinephrine and serotonin containing neurons is dominant, there is a reduced level of activity in acetylcholine containing neurons. This contributes to awake state. The reverse of this pattern leads to rapid eye movement sleep. In addition, an increase in GABA release with reduced release of histamine increases likelihood of non-rapid eye movement sleep via deactivation of thalamus and cortex. Wakefulness occurs when GABA release is reduced and histamine release is increased. Increase in acetylcholine during rapid eye movement sleep facilitates communication between thalamus and cortex that increases cortical activity, and so dreaming occurs in this state, that is REM sleep. This figure is a model for regulation of transition to awake state and sleep. Awake state. So orexins, neurons and sleep center, these are both present in the hypothalamus. Monoaminergic neurons releases norepinephrine, serotonin and histamine. So during awake state, suprachiasmatic nucleus is the principal circadian pacemaker of the body. It is entrained to 24 hours cycle by light and other daily stimuli. It activates orexin cells from the hypothalamus in the morning that stimulates monoaminergic neurons and helps in arousal of the cerebral cortex with the inhibition of the sleep center. Negative energy balance also stimulates the orexin neurons. So negative energy balance is actually because of the prolonged fasting that leads to decrease in blood glucose concentration. Whenever there is an increase in plasma concentration of ghrelin and whenever there is a decrease in plasma concentration of leptin, this all condition will lead to the negative energy balance. It will stimulate the orexin neuron, stimulates the monoaminergic neurons and will help in the arousal of the cerebral cortex. While during the sleep, adenosine and other homeostatic regulators just like interleukin 1s, this is a fever producing cytokines that increases in circulation during infection. This adenosine and interleukins both actually stimulates orexin neurons, inhibits the orexin neurons and stimulate the sleep centers, so that it will lead to the decrease in monoaminergic neurons activity in the brain stem and thereby leads to the inhibition of the cerebral cortex and thus induce sleep. So we finally come to the last topic, that is sleep disorder. Insomnia. Its literal meaning of insomnia is hard to fall asleep or stay asleep. It can be primary without a clear underlying cause, or it can be secondary, which occurs as a result of any other medical conditions. Bruxism, teeth grinding, it occurs in rapid eye movement sleep. Nocturnal enuresis means bedwetting, it occurs in stage 3 and stage 4 of slow wave sleep. Narcolepsy is a chronic neurological disorder in which brain cannot regulate the normal sleep-wake cycles. Cataplexia is shown in narcoleptic individual which is a sudden loss of power of movements and posture while subject is still awake, followed by irresistible desire to sleep. There is a sudden onset of rapid eye movement sleep at the beginning of the sleep. Hypothalamus contains less orexin in these individuals. Parasomnia, these are the several sleep disorders that occurs only during sleep. Somnolence, which is a state of strong desire for sleep and drowsiness. Sleep paralysis, this occurs at the end of rapid eye movement sleep, that is when the transition from sleep to awake state. Night terrors and nightmares, especially seen in the children during stage 3 and stage 4 of slow wave sleep. Somnambulism, that is walking, it occurs in the stage 4 of slow wave sleep. Obstructive sleep apnea, it's a common sleep disorder of middle aged people. Normal time spent in stage 1 is 10%, but in case of the obstructive sleep apnea, stage 1 duration is more, which accounts for almost 30 to 50% of the total sleep. In this, there is a reduction in muscular tone of the pharyngeal muscles and leads to the obstruction of upper airways. Now, apnea occurs for more than 10 seconds, causing brief arousal from sleep and reestablishes airways tone, but airways obstruction is repeated throughout the night. So, in these individuals, there is a disturbed sleep pattern. And obesity is one of the main common cause for the obstructive sleep apnea. So with this we come to the conclusions of our today's discussion on neurochemical mechanism of sleep and sleep disorder. These are the references for both the videos, that is first videos on sleep physiology and importance of sleep, and the second videos, that is neurochemical mechanism of sleep and sleep disorders. So with this I like to conclude with a proverb: early to a bed, early to rise makes a man healthy and wise. Thank you.